Coach, what do you know about this team as you guys are about to start practice, going in, the mentality and all that?
Well, what I know about our team is it's been, in my opinion, the most focused group that we've had in my 4 years here. It's the most disciplined group. We've got great leadership. It's the first year where I feel like it's a player-driven leadership. Guys like Logan Davidson and Carson Spires and Jacob Hennessy and Kyle Wilkie, some of the older guys, Grayson Bird, Jordan Green, they've really done just an unbelievable job of policing the team and setting the expectations. I don't feel like I'm the one that necessarily has to do all that now. So that's been the cool part as a head coach is I feel like I'm actually kind of stepping back a little bit and watching them run the team, which is really nice to see.
Sounds like offensively you guys are going to be pretty different from last year with so much power this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, again, that's more maybe speculation than anything. I don't know if we're not going to be a team that's going to hit for power. We don't know yet, and I think that's probably the most fair way to put it. I think that what we do have in terms of personnel on the field is a group of guys who are a little more dynamic, who are a little bit faster, a little more athletic. I think it gives us the opportunity to do more things. I think you always want an offense that can score when the wind's blowing in and when the conditions aren't very good for offense that day. You want to feel like, as a coach, that you've got a lineup that can still score runs. I think we got a better chance to do that based on the skill set of some of our guys. But I do think we have some power, and I think there are some guys that maybe haven't played every day for us that could wind up hitting a decent amount of home runs. So I still think we'll drive the baseball, but I do think we have the personnel to maybe be able to do a few more things as far as using our speed, manufacturing runs, doing those types of things.
Are your center fielders healthy?
Yeah, our center fielders are healthy. Knock on wood, we need them to stay healthy. So right now we're in pretty good shape, I would say, across the board, positionally and on the pitching end when it comes to our health.
Coach, you feel like you found some answers in the bullpen, filling those holes left by Miller and Gilliam?
Well, those are big. Those are big answers. Those are big questions. I certainly feel like just based on what I saw in the fall that we've got some guys who are very capable of being very good for us out of the bullpen. Now, will they be Ryan Miller? Will they be Riley Gilliam? We'll have to wait and see. They don't quite have the stripes on their sleeves that those guys had. But you start looking at Sam Weatherly, who I think is the most improved pitcher on our pitching staff right now. He's got a chance to be, in my opinion, a power lefty out of the bullpen. Carson Spires had a very good campaign for us last year. He's going to be a big piece for us at the end of the game. Holt Jones is better. He's stronger, throwing harder. Has really good stuff. He's going to be a big piece. And there's a number of guys, but I feel like we've got enough pieces in the bullpen, lefty and righty, and some guys that have some stuff and some velocity where we can run a lot of different looks at a lineup out of the bullpen.
What guys are competing for those weekend spots?
That's a good question. I mean, right now, the two guys that have the most experience are Brooks Crawford and Jacob Hennessy. So those two guys are going to be in the mix, along with Spencer Strider, who will throw today. Spencer has looked dominant in live bullpens. Davis Sharp, a true freshman, is very, very talented on both ends. He can really hit too. So, but Davis is going to be a factor. Justin Robleski, another very talented freshman, is going to be a factor. Jackson Lindley, a true freshman, is going to be a factor. But I would say right now, just kind of where we sit here right now, Crawford, Hennessy, Strider, and Sharp. Those four guys for me right now have kind of stood out over the course of the fall and going into the spring as I would say, at the forefront of being in that mix. But those other guys have a chance to be special as well.
You think it's easy for people to see the home runs that walked out the door and think you have to change things when you've got guys in here that you've recruited that are also power hitters? Yeah, no, I think that. Again, we're going to lose players, and that's a given for any program. And I know we always want to talk. It seems like the biggest theme has been, what are you going to do to replace Williams and Beer? Well, they're not here anymore. So I mean, we can't
we haven't talked about Seth Beer and Chris Williams a whole lot this year because they're no longer here. We wish them well, and they were huge parts of this program and our team the last 3 years, but we have to move on, and I think our guys understand that. And we've got some guys that we have recruited who can do a lot of really good things. You got guys like Wilkie. Briar Hawkins is a true freshman, is going to be a real good hitter. Jordan Green's a senior now. Sam Hall's a sophomore, played a lot last year. Kier Meredith, if he's healthy, is a very dynamic athlete. Logan Davidson's the best shortstop in the country. James Parker, local product's a very good player. Grayson Bird, people forget about Grayson Bird. He was an all-ACC player last year, and he's healthy. Bryce Teodosio is one of the most talented center fielders I got to think in the country. He's got the tools to be a special player. Now, he's got to put it together, but he's a very talented player. We brought in a young man, Michael Green, left-handed bat, a really good player, can run, has some power, is going to be in contention for one of those outfield spots. Matt Cooper is a year older and a year better. So, there's a good blend of returners that played a lot of baseball for us, but we also have some sophomores who have just been chomping at the bit for their opportunity to get in and compete for a starting role.